Hey, this is Will. So in this video, I'm going to compare and tell you what exactly you need to understand when it comes to MailerLite versus Moosend. I think it's going to be a very interesting comparison. By the way, I have made another video on my main channel where I compare all of the different email marketing software, so definitely check that video out. It should be very useful. I will leave a link down below in the description, and also I have discounts for all of the different tools that I mentioned. So again, all of the links down below in the description, and every single week I give out one of my courses completely for free. So just press thumbs up on this video and subscribe to the channel to enter the competition. Now let's jump straight into the video. Alright, so let's start out with automations, because automations is probably the most important step, I would say, when it comes to email marketing. And I would say that both of these platforms, they have very good automations and very simple to understand and to create and all of that. And I'm not going to go through all of the different steps because most of them are exactly the same. So to save your time, just let me tell you a couple of things that are different that you need to understand that might help you to make your decision. So first of all, when you're going through all of the different steps, you are creating different conditions that if someone basically meets these different conditions, you might want to send them to different workflows, different steps according to that. So when it comes to conditions, the one thing that's a little bit different is that with Moosend, you have all of these different things. The main things really you need to have is you want to know if someone opened a specific email, if they clicked on a specific link. Those are usually the main things that you're going to use, but Moosend, just as you can see here, they have a lot of different options and they have a few additional that MailerLite doesn't have. And the ones that I would want to mention is number of campaigns opened and number of campaigns clicked. So this is kind of just something extra if you want to go really advanced. Moosend has those steps that if you want to perhaps people who open a lot of emails within a specific workflow, you want them to put them into additional step, then you can do that with Moosend. It allows you to do that, but you really just need to consider whether you are actually going to use that or not. It's something nice to have, but I would say it's not necessarily essential. Another thing that is a little bit different is that Moosend allows you to split flow. So what this means is basically when someone is going down your workflow, so let's say they met this condition, it was a positive on this condition, so they did something, that they clicked on the email or whatever it was, they opened the email, and then after that we want to test out. So perhaps let's say we want to split our audience 50% and 50%, and we want to send out one email to them, or perhaps we want to send out email with one headline to half of the people and email with another headline to other half of the people, and see which one is performing better. Or perhaps we want to wait 1 day with half of the people and wait 2 days with the other half of the people to see when is the most optimal time for us to be sending out those emails. You can basically A/B test, you can split test things within your automation, and this is very powerful. This is something that you don't have on many email marketing softwares. You only have that on ActiveCampaign and GetResponse aside from Moosend. So this is something that I would say is a pretty big deal when looking at which software to use. But other than that, I would say when it comes to all of the other things, when it comes to all of the basic things, and the most important things really that you're going to use, you are able to do all of those things with MailerLite. So I would say the only difference is Moosend allows you to do these couple extra options that you might want to be able to do if you want to go really advanced. Now, when it comes to landing page builders, they are, I would say, kind of similar in terms of the interface. You have all of the different blocks that you can include in the landing pages. I do have to say that I'm not a huge fan of the landing page builder with Moosend. I just don't really like the interface that much. They have these gray blocks here, and I feel like it just doesn't allow me as easily to understand what my design exactly looks like, and I can press on the preview and then see what it looks like, but I don't really want to be doing that. But in general, they are kind of the same. One thing I do have to mention with MailerLite is that when it comes to the content blocks, you do have a few more different blocks with MailerLite. As you can see, if we go here to the elements, you can see you got your images, text, buttons, all of these things. Whereas with MailerLite, you have all of these sort of combinations that you can use with image, with text, and you can have a few different columns and so on and so forth. And you can actually choose here the structure as well, and you can, as you can see, you can add 4 different containers, 3 different containers, so you can do these adjustments as well with Moosend. However, here it's just nice that they already have this within the content, so it's a little bit faster to add some of these things. And you do have a little bit more stuff because you also have Instagram feed, and you also have, as you can see, surveys, and you have quizzes. So you do have a little bit more stuff in terms of elements. And with MailerLite, even you are able to add products to be sold on your landing pages. So you can have integrations with Moosend as well if, let's say, you're using something like Shopify, but MailerLite actually allows you to create your own digital products through Stripe integration, so you don't need to be paying anything extra for additional software to sell products. You just need a Stripe account, and then you can create your own products, and you can add these products right there on the landing page and accept payments, which is very, very powerful if you want to sell digital products and you want to create landing pages with your email marketing software. Another very important thing to understand is when it comes to MailerLite, you have these 2 sections. You have landing page and success page. So basically, if you have an opt-in, email opt-in on your landing page, once someone puts in their email address and they subscribe to your list, you can redirect them to a different page. And here you can basically also create whatever you really want. You have the same blocks, so you can create another landing page if you want. So in here you can create your tripwire offer, or you can have some sort of other call to action, whatever really it is. But this again is very, very powerful and very important to have, because once someone already took that action and subscribed to your list or whatever it is, it's pretty likely that they might take another action, so you want to be able to use that. And the fact that here you can create another landing page that you are redirecting them to is very, very powerful. Another very important thing when it comes to MailerLite is with landing pages, you actually have split testing, so you can A/B test different pages. So as you can see here, you can create one page and another page, so you can just change some element and see which page is actually performing better. And this is very, very powerful, and something that usually you really only have with landing page builders, and you need to pay a lot of extra money for this. So it's only actually MailerLite and GetResponse that provide you with this feature. And again, if you're going to use landing page builder with your email marketing software, then you definitely want to have this. This is very, very powerful. When it comes to landing page templates, again, I think there is a pretty big difference. If we look at Moosend does have a few different templates, but then again, I think I'm not a huge fan of Moosend interface itself, and I think that kind of reflects when you look at some of these different templates. So they're not horrible or anything, but I think if you look at MailerLite, they definitely have a lot more modern and beautiful looking templates. And as you can see, they have more templates to choose from as well. In total, they have 38, and I do know that they constantly add more as well. And as you can see here, you can basically create these really nice looking landing pages / websites that look really not modern and really nice. So when it comes to landing pages, I would say MailerLite is definitely by far way more advanced than Moosend, and I would say it's one of the most advanced really from any email marketing softwares. It's only GetResponse that has more advanced landing page builder, but other than that, MailerLite is probably the second from the best. When it comes to pop-up forms, both of these are fairly simple. There isn't really that much of anything. But one thing that is slightly different, I would say, is that as you can see with Moosend, basically you can just adjust the image, and you can change the text, the colors, and things like that. And if you want, you can get rid of some of these elements, but you can't really add any extra. Whereas with MailerLite, you have the block section, and in here, as you can see, I can add extra things if I want. So if I want to add more images, I can just do that, which actually you can do with a lot of different email marketing pop-up builders. As you can see, I also can add countdown timer, social links, divider, so on and so forth. So this is pretty cool, I would say. I will give them, again, props. I do think that MailerLite is more advanced actually than most of the other platforms when it comes to pop-up builders. And also you can create your success page as well, so when someone opts in, you can have some sort of message here for them as well. When it comes out to building your actual emails, your newsletters, again, both of these platforms, I would say more or less they are kind of the same, and most of the email marketing platforms are the same. Once again, I would say that I'm just not a huge fan of the interface of Moosend. It's not horrible or anything, but just in terms of if I have to compare it to MailerLite, I do definitely prefer MailerLite. It's just easier to use, it's just nicer to your eye. And another thing as well, if you look at these blocks, as you can see, these are basically the blocks, the elements, however you want to call them. As you can see, these are the ones that you have with Moosend, and you do have this section of structure where you can basically add different containers if you want to perhaps have, let's say, 4 things here in a row instead of just 2 things. And with MailerLite, you have these blocks that are already pre-made. So again, it basically allows you to do kind of same customization level, but it's just nice that with MailerLite, you already have these options that you don't really need to think about, and you can choose. For example, here, you are, if let's say you're running a blog or something like that, you can choose this section where, let me zoom in, where you have the images of the articles, and then you have the little headers, and basically these like little tiny sections with call to action. As you can see, you have something like this as well. So basically this just, it has more different blocks that allows you to create a little bit more interesting looking newsletters, I would say. So there's no huge difference per se, but they do have more blocks to make it a little bit more interesting. Now, when it comes to the overall interface of both of the platforms, I would say that both of them are actually very simple to use. When you go through all of these sections, all of the different steps, I do have to give props for both of them. Some of the email marketing softwares, they can be a little bit overwhelming and intimidating, especially if you are a beginner. But Moosend and MailerLite, both of them are very simple. I would say, again, I'm not a huge fan of Moosend design. It looks just a little bit old, to be honest. MailerLite is nicer, and MailerLite, honestly, I would say it's probably the easiest platform to use out there. It's just very simple to understand where is what and what to do. So not a huge difference between both, but I do have to say that I prefer MailerLite. Another important thing to mention is that MailerLite actually allows you to create websites, which is a huge thing that only MailChimp really allows you to do out of all of the email marketing softwares. Though I have made another video comparing MailerLite with MailChimp, and I do prefer MailerLite by a lot. But what this basically allows you to do, so instead of just creating a landing page that is just a landing page and that's it, here you can create different pages within your website. So if someone comes on your website, they can actually go to homepage, they can go, perhaps you're creating a team page or services or portfolio, whatever exactly it is, but you can create an actual website with different pages. And it's not super advanced as if you would be building your website using, let's say, WordPress or using an actual landing page builder, but at the same time, you can create a pretty nice looking website. And as you can see, here you have all of the different blocks that you can be using. So you can add all the images, text, you can add even quizzes, surveys, again, Instagram feed, and you can even add different products if you want to sell them. So you just need to basically put in your Stripe, connect your Stripe with your MailerLite account, and you can be selling products straight from this website that you create with MailerLite. So that is, I would say, a very big plus if you don't have a website and you don't want to pay any extra money. Then you can just actually create your website with MailerLite for the same price, which is absolutely amazing. All right, now when it comes to pricing, first of all, if we look at MailerLite, you do have a completely free plan up to 1,000 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. And you do have some limitations, but the limitations are not even that much. I would say you will need to have their logo, and you won't be able to use some of, let's say, the newsletter templates. But at the same time, the most important things, what you want to keep into consideration is you have landing pages. Even on the free plan, you can create landing pages, and you have email automations, which is one of the most important thing. So I would say that most of the main features, you will have that on free plan, and you even can create a website on a free plan, and you can create 5 free landing pages on the free plan as well. So really a very, very good free plan. I would say probably the best free plan out there. When it comes to Moosend has a completely free plan as well. So up to 1,000 subscribers, you can use the free plan. It doesn't cost anything, and they are providing a lot of features. So they are actually providing the automation features as well, which is something important to keep in mind, because some of the other free email marketing softwares, they don't provide automation, and for me that's just a big no-no. But one thing to keep in mind is that with the free plan, you will not have landing pages, which I already mentioned you do have on the free plan of MailerLite. So if you're going to use landing pages and you want to go with the free plan, then do keep in mind that you will need to go with MailerLite. Now, when it comes to paid plans, if you choose 10,000 subscribers with MailerLite, it's going to cost you $50 a month, which is insanely cheap compared to all of the other email marketing softwares. It's pretty much half of the price of all of the other softwares. It's super, super cheap. And if you look at Moosend, for the same 10,000 subscribers, it's going to cost you $55 a month, which is pretty much the same. And it's super, super cheap as well. So in terms of price, these softwares are kind of the same. There is a little bit of a difference if you're choosing the annual plan. So with the annual plan, as you can see with MailerLite, you get 30% discount. So I believe this is going to be around $35 a month. Whereas with Moosend, you do get a discount on annual plan as well, but then it becomes $44 a month. So it is quite a bit cheaper when it comes to MailerLite if you are choosing the annual plan. So something to keep in mind. Again, both of these platforms are super, super cheap. So I would say the price wise, it isn't that much of a difference. So in general, I would say Moosend does have a couple of additional automation features that might be very useful if you want to do some split testing within your workflows. However, if you don't care about that, then I do have to say that I really like MailerLite for their landing pages. It's a lot more advanced when it comes to that, when it comes to creating pop-ups. You can even create your own website, and you can even sell products through MailerLite now. So, and in general, just actually the whole interface, I do have to say that I do prefer MailerLite quite a bit. So again, if you don't care for the workflow split testing, then I would say MailerLite is probably the better option for you. So I hope you found this video useful. As I said, I have special discounts and bonuses, so all of the links down below in the description. Also, as I mentioned, I do have a video on my main channel comparing all of the different email marketing software, so definitely check that video out. And in general, if you want some tips, strategies on digital marketing, online business, all of that good stuff, make sure to check out my main channel. If you found this video useful, make sure to press thumbs up, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, put on those notifications. Stay awesome, and I'll see you soon.